Well, this is Unit 5E, Part 1. And for number 1, we have to state whether the scattergram shows a strong positive correlation, weak positive correlation, strong negative correlation, or weak negative correlation. Well, it's positive because if we go left to right, the line slopes upwards. And it's also strong because notice our scattergram, the dot points in our scattergram are very close to the line. So it's C, a strong positive correlation. For 2, now we have, notice if we were going to draw a best fit line, that line would be falling as we move left to right. So it's going to have a weak correlation, a negative correlation. And also, regardless of the line we draw, the dots are going to be somewhat scattered about that line. So it's going to be a negative, weak negative correlation, and that's A. Negative because the slope is, it slopes down as we go left to right, and weak because the points are scattered about, not close to the line. The age of a computer and its value. Well, the age of a computer, its value becomes more and more negative. So it's going to be a strong negative correlation because the age is as it gets older, it gets less valuable, and that's C. For number 4, height and body temperature of adults. Well, there's no correlation there, so that's A. For number 5, we're given a set of data, and we've got to make a scatter plot of scatter diagram of this data, and we're going to have the life expectancy be the vertical axis and the per capita GDP in dollars the horizontal axis. And when we graph this, our scattergram will look like A here, and you have that on your sheet, so I expect you will see that. Now, let's look at number 6, towns with a lot of churches had a lot of homicides last year. Towns with fewer churches had fewer homicides. And this is on page 358, this explanation of correlations and cause. And so there's a positive correlation. The more homicides, the more churches, and there must be a common underlying cause. And a community that has that's very troubled probably has a lot of churches to address the issues, and so the increase in homicides corresponds to the number of churches. Now, number 7, and that, by the way, that's C. As Thomas's income rose over the last 20 years, so has his stress level. And there's going to be a positive correlation because as his income rose, his stress level rose, and there's probably a common underlying cause. He's willing to take on more responsibility, but with that responsibility comes more stress. And that ends part 1.